Very important for us to win here in Oviedo. I think also in the first half we controlled the match and we had a lot of chances, but at the end there was always one opponent who blocked the shoot, or the goalkeeper made a fantastic first half. At the end they used one mistake from us and for a goal, but I said in halftime we have to continue. We have to play with calmness and with to be convinced about what we want to do, and they did much better. So at the end, I think we deserve this 3-1. No, this is for me the important thing, that we always 90 minutes that we try to score goals. It's just believe in that what we can do, and we did it. It was really good to see, and we control the match, we control the rhythm, and this is the most important thing today.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Blogger and Everything, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another victory for FC Barcelona. Hard fought and probably very uncomfortable victory it was for Barca. All credit to Real Oviedo, because they did give Barcelona a run for their money here, didn't they? I did say a couple of weeks ago that the smaller teams in La Liga, they're a lot like Batman. Give them enough prep time and they'll give anybody a run for their money. And Oviedo here, despite only having, 4 days, maybe 5 at most, to prepare for FC Barcelona, look how good they did. But aside from that, man, what a terrible day to be playing a football match. What a terrible kickoff time, because of course La Liga thinks that everybody is going to be waiting in front of their TV screens at 9 p.m. to watch a match of football. And what a terrible first half of football it turned out to be from FC Barcelona. Of course, Oviedo did play just really their hearts out during that first half, and you felt like they kind of ran out of gas into that second half, and that's what we really saw. Barcelona just running away with it kind of in that second half, after Hansi Flick made that tweak to his midfield, bringing off Marc Casado, who I should say didn't play all that bad here. This was, I thought, a pretty respectable performance from Casado, but he gets hooked off, and of course on comes Frenkie de Jong, and from there really Barcelona just kind of kicked it up a gear, stepped it up a notch. Eric Garcia with what was a deserved man of the match performance today. I mean, he played right back, he played left back, he played goal-scoring poacher / number 9, with a goal that he scored. I mean, it was really an unorthodox goal, that first equalizer for Barca. Ronald Araujo, lining up in a 1v1, beating his marker, charging with the ball down to the touchline, getting the cutback into Ferran Torres, who did pretty well, to spin around in the box and get a shot off, which was just about to be kept out, but Eric Garcia knocking it off the line. And after that, the second goal from Robert Lewandowski, it's just pure class. It shows you why he's probably still ahead of Ferran in the pecking order, despite of all the good work that, Ferran Torres has been doing, admittedly. But, a header like that one, that's what you want from your number 9. Classic number 9 play, points to where he wants the ball to be played, gets there, heads it in off of the crossbar. Goalkeeper really had no chance. And of course, the third goal to wrap it up, Ronald Araujo, who I thought was also another really standout performer for Barca in defense. Despite the fact that Barca couldn't keep the clean sheet, I still thought that Araujo and Eric Garcia in particular, they could walk away from this one feeling pretty good about themselves. Of course, Araujo as well, scoring with a header. So, 3 very unorthodox goals Barcelona scored here, 2 from set pieces. Well, one really. The Lewandowski one wasn't a set piece. Yeah, but it was a header. Just those headers, you don't expect those from Barcelona players, to be honest. So when you do see them, it's pretty dope. Maybe you'd expected it more if you still had your Inigo Martinez's around. But conversation for another day. Aside from all of that, I thought that Barcelona, like I said, first half pretty terrible. You could say maybe they underestimated Oviedo. I'm sure Flick just literally read the riot act to them for the second half, because they did come out looking a lot better, a lot more dominant. Of course, Oviedo still had that threat on the break, and it did at times feel a little bit like that match against Rayo, I should admit. It did, didn't it? But Barcelona this time around were able to get the result that they needed, which was the win, and it helps them to stay, at pace with Real Madrid, at least as much as they can, especially going into this weekend where, Real Madrid are playing Atletico de Madrid and Barcelona playing Sociedad. So it could be a chance for Barca to claw back maybe some of that gap to Real Madrid. But, it all depends on Atleti, and it all depends on Julian Alvarez. So, Julian just, hit another hat-trick, bro. We saw you do it. We saw you win a game for Atleti with a hat-trick. Just, just drop a little three-pace on Real. And besides, you are future number 9, so might as well get into the rhythm of scoring against Real Madrid. Anywho, aside from all of this, please let me know your thoughts on this game, the performance. Like I said, for me, it was just terrible day to play a match of football, terrible time as well to kick off. But hey, gotta make it work. Barcelona did. They got the 3 points. They move on, and hopefully they could get back some of their injured players, because today you could really see the lack of a creative outlet. For example, we really miss Lamine in this one. But aside from all of that, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I thank you all for tuning in. Do have a great day, and Forza Barca.